Hey guys, it's Brandon, aka B.Rich Beauty, aka your beauty best friend. Happy Monday, y'all! Look who's back in the building. It's Jerry McShann and I as we talk about reality TV. So, you know what to do. Grab your beverage. Let go. Jeremy, welcome back.
Thank you. I'm so happy to be back. I missed you guys last week.
Oh, you know what? We missed you as well. I told everybody that you were working the 9 to 5, so I couldn't throw that much shade because
Yeah,
you was really doing some things on these streets.
was working 9 to 5. Yes,
Anyways, he has not worked enough hours yet for PTO, so it was an unpaid day off that you took
it
last week.
was. It was an unpaid day off here at B.Rich Beauty, but I'm working my way to PTO. You know
PTO, yes, yes, yes. Jeremy, did I tell you I decided that I'm going to go to Africa?
what? You gonna? When are you going to Africa? Why are you going to Africa? For how long? What?
So I have my small little friend group who you know of them.
Okay.
We're going to Africa. DJ Richie Sky, his husband, a small group of us. We're going to go to Cape Town. So I leave to go to Africa on December 29th.
Oh shit!
And I come,
Oh shoot!
it's fine.
Right.
Next, listen,
Like
next week, shall.
that's what I'm like. Is this a new development?
Yeah, I booked my ticket last Sunday.
Oh, listen, let me go ahead and start J Rich Beauty. If I could book trips to Africa a week
listen,
before, listen,
listen.
2022, it is going down, people.
It was such a spirit of like last minuteness and just talking to him. But I'm gonna be really, really honest. I looked online and the tickets were so cheap because Omarion got people scared. So I had booked the ticket, and then as soon as I booked the ticket, 3 days later, I realized I arrived on the wrong day. I arrived in a day later than I was supposed to. And when I went to try to fix it, all the flights had been sold out since the UK and a lot of other countries removed Africa and a lot of other like countries off of the red list. Like tickets just, I guess, disappeared, honey. Everybody was waiting to tap, tap, tap to buy a ticket to Africa, and literally all the flights were sold out.
So what are you gonna do?
Oh my God, honey, it's such a fabulous itinerary. So you see how I had to move my hair out my face. So literally, we're gonna take a tour of the Cape. We're gonna go we're going on a real African safari. I need to find me a safari hat, and then we're gonna do like a wine tasting, a champagne tasting at a villa.
Okay.
And there's like group photos. We're gonna go market shopping. So we have a lot of things planned
I love
for
it.
Africa.
Love it. I cannot wait to hear when you come back. Take all them photos so I can live vicariously through, post it up on the
Watch
story.
Watch it on the gram. You know where it's gonna be.
Say hello to Nyla and Simba for me.
I know. And I want to go by and see where they buried Mufasa too.
Okay, please. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. That's amazing. Meanwhile, I got boosted today. So,
How
yes,
you
for
feel?
me, booster shot. I mean, I'm here in living color. So I'm doing okay right now. So Saints keep praying for me because I hope to just continue to feel better.
I got my booster last week, right before I went to DC.
Okay.
And I only had like a day of just a little bit of fatigue. And my arm was sore for 2 days though.
That's
So
I
as
feel that.
so as I was working out, because I'm on a new workout routine, thanks to Coach Brodney, I couldn't because of this arm. So
Oh,
yeah.
I need to get up in the Brodney workout plan. But
He's about
just
to
to
get up
look
and
at him,
who?
just to look at him, I'll be like,
Listen,
"Okay."
you have to get up and who?
Yes, I need to get up in the plan. I won't. I'll be a bad client, but I'll just be like, can you demonstrate that again for me, please?
Listen, so he trains me virtually. So all you got to do is DM Brodney and hire him. Hire Coach B. He'll get you right.
Listen, please.
You ready to jump in?
Let's do it.
We got the reunion finale, part 3 for Love and Marriage Huntsville this week. So right out the gate, overall on a scale of 1 through 10, beauty besties, Jeremy, everybody out there, how do you rate this 3 part reunion?
I thought it was great. I thought overall Carlos did an amazing job with hosting, especially him knowing the ins and outs of everybody's thing. It's a little harder for them to just kind of, pull the wool over our eyes or to pivot because you have someone that intimately knows everything about it. So if
Agreed.
they're trying to, pivot, he's like, let's get back to here. And
But Andy knows everything about the housewives.
he does. And so the difference I think between Andy and um Carlos is that I love that Carlos holds people accountable and Andy tries to stay neutral. And
Right.
it's like, okay, that's what you have to say. Who am I to argue with you? But I think we do need hosts, especially at reunion when we're trying to get down to like what the root of the problem is. A host needs to be a little bit more like, like this is not
You're
it.
giving me BS here.
Talk
You're giving me
now,
fluff.
right? Like, what's the real story?
So, okay. So, what was your final rating? 1 through 10.
I give it a 10. I was here for
You
it.
gave a 10?
I gave it
Now, maybe I'm a tough critic. I gave Carlos a strong 9,
okay.
like with room for improvement.
Oh,
And I do believe I would not be mad if Carlos was to host it again next year. And I know that I think like last minute he had to host it, but I actually think he might have struck gold here hosting the reunion with this group of people.
facts for sure. No, I mean, I could not have imagined if someone else was supposed to be the host that they would how this would have been because this was. I mean, we pulled out stuff from them that we've never been able to pull out from them. So
Keep in mind, we've only had one reunion though, because last year we were in the COVID, so there
right.
was no real reunion. But I agree, we
Okay,
saw.
that's true. I don't know why I felt like we had at least another one in between here.
No,
This it? Because this is supposedly the end of season 2. So
so child. Now they got renewed, so good for them.
yeah,
Congratulations, Love and Marriage Huntsville, for being renewed. I want more authentic storylines next season. I want things to feel a little less scripted. When I say a little less scripted, I feel like Mel and Tisha really like toiled the line. Straddled. They straddled the line. That's the word I'm looking for. A good old straddle, child. They straddled the line and the fence with a lot of their storylines. It didn't feel organic always, but I did enjoy this season immensely.
yeah, me too. I thought it was great. So I look forward to seeing more stories. Maybe I want to see my boy Sadarek back because I love when he comes around. I want to see Miss Stormy. I could maybe do without the Whitlows. The
I
Lewis is
know. I'm like,
all shiny and stuff. I was like, yes, Lewis, shine.
I know. Actually, you know what? Tiffany's dress was not bad.
No,
She
what?
did look like Mother Earth, grand diva walking in, looking like somebody's church mother with all the chesticles exposed in her cape, looking like a Clark sister. But the outfit was not bad.
No, it was not.
Now let's talk because Destiny feels like she does not know the status or where her friendship lies with Mel. Partially because she's saying that since they've wrapped, she's not spoken to Mel. She sent Mel messages, and Mel said, I have not responded back the same way. How you go from if this is supposed to be a good Judy child to only talking to her when y'all filming, and then when y'all stop filming, you're not talking to her anymore, and you sound confused, Melody S. Holt, whatever her middle name is, that she says she doesn't know what's going on in her relationship with you.
Right.
Where they do that at?
I mean, I understand what she said in terms of, okay, this show is a lot very emotionally draining for me. So when we wrap, I need to take a break. But what you need to do as a friend is being like, hey, I know we're wrapping. I need to be MIA for X amount of time. So if you don't hear from me, please don't take it personal. This is
Yes.
me just recharging, right? And so that way, Destiny's not left like, what's going on? Did I do something? Are we cool? I'm texting her. She's maybe or maybe not texting me back. It seems very shady. And so at least
Absolutely.
that when you put it out there, of course, take care of yourself. But it is also your responsibility to communicate that to those that you call friends.
I agree. And I think Mel dropped the ball with that. As much as she wants to be, the fabulous, I'm the great communicator, I'm the calm in the storm, she absolutely dropped the ball with that. But, also, I can't get past either because we got this episode really gave us a nice little chunk of just girl time.
Mhm.
The underlying issue between Kimmy and Tisha and the fact that Kimmy is I'm tired for Kimmy.
Yeah.
Not only am I tired for Kimmy, Tisha is just so emotionally immature. It just blows my mind.
It is. It's very bizarre. And like Kimmy said, give me an example of a time when you went hard for me and Tisha could not produce receipts for that. She
Absolutely.
mentioned something about planning a bachelor party and how long they've been married now. She couldn't provide receipts of how long, how she rides for her, but she does have these high expectations of Kimmy that she's not willing to do that. If
It's
you are
not
riding for her,
true.
anytime we bring up the fact that Kimmy was a side piece, you should have been right in there. Y'all, that's not right. Y'all know my sister is not no side piece,
Exactly.
but didn't do it.
Now oh, by the way, I finally figured out what she was going for with her outfit. A side looking like a highlighter. She was trying to give 60 girls group tees. That's what I gathered from it. With the
Oh,
hair and like the fluffy colors, giving me very much like Diana Ross, but without as much finesse and class, let
giving
alone Diana would be called. Would you say?
giving Diana Moss, but not Ross.
Diana Moss all
Yeah,
day rolling down the river. Okay, even though that's Tina, but you know what I meant.
yeah.
Now, now I don't understand how she can still sit in it, but then want everybody else to move on when they have issues with her. So it'll be really interesting because her feelings got hurt when Carlos asked the tough questions. If y'all weren't related, would y'all really be friends? And Kimmy said no. And I don't blame Kimmy. If I had to deal with messy Wanda J. Blige and also Tisha's antics, I wouldn't want to be her friend either.
Facts. And Kimmy is a person that's independent, that's strong, that's secure in who she is. And that's a total opposite of who Tisha is. So I get her. She's like, if I want people on my team, I want people on my team. Iron sharpens iron. That's going to help me like build me and be better for me, not pull me down, not me having to always explain myself and going through all of
Exactly.
too
Like,
much.
why do I have to show up to work in this relationship? Beauty besties that are watching, what do you think here? Is Tisha being petty Betty in her Diana Moss outfit, or is Kimmy just exhausted? And who's right in this case here? Now, I enjoyed, as we talked about, like, is that only Judge Judy? What does
Yeah,
it say?
no, strength is in the wash machine. I mean, the wash machine. Only Judy can judge me. So I'm
Yeah,
judging
I
others,
hope.
but only Judy can judge me.
What you and you're drinking tea. Well, I'm drinking wine, and I agree, Latanya. Tisha is exhausting, and so much more, which makes sense probably why Marcel be so over her. Because if she's exhausting in her friendship relationships, God knows how exhausting she is in the house. Now, don't be wrong,
Exhausting in the
Marcel
house. She doesn't have a voice in the house. That's why she gets to be so exhausting to everybody else when they give her the opportunity. What Marcel says goes in that house, and that's how she
is.
operates. So when she gets a little voice, she don't know how to operate because she never had no voice. She don't know how to use it.
And that's a very fair thing. So you're saying that because she does not have her own voice in the house, she's now taking all of her aggression and her pent up, frustration out on her friends, especially her family.
Yeah, I think so. Um, that's my opinion. That's how I feel about it.
Okay. I loved the behind the scenes that we saw. Every time they would say break, and we'll be right back. And we saw the additional conversation and the fighting between Mel and Martell, and Mel getting up to talk in Tisha's face. It's just was
Oh,
so
I was
refreshing.
like, girl, sit down. But no, I had to get used to it because I'm so used to like fast forwarding
Yes.
immediately, and then I'm like, oh shoot, I gotta rewind, and because this is not really the commercial break.
Oh, you're right. She's immature, and unfortunately, she's unable to articulate her feelings without wearing people out.
Wearing
And
it
you know what?
out, girl, all the way out.
Not only being able to articulate, but being able to have like peaceful conversations and not just causing havoc.
Yeah.
Now, I want to talk about the fact that, since we're talking about this side of the family, I don't know. I may not put two and two together, but y'all telling me out here in these streets that Miss Vanessa Melody Holt's mother has a situationship with the Holt's brother, Mark?
Yeah,
Not the hoax.
and they mentioned that a while back, and so this is the most we have kind of talked about it, but they kind of mentioned it a little bit, and Wanda J. Blige, she comes and she shows up and shows out, and she throws these alleged videos up in Vanessa's face. And she said, while you was doing those videos, you should have been showing your daughter how to make these videos in her bedrooms.
Wanda is so out of line and inappropriate, and she really does hear herself. She talks to hear herself talk. She's just she's another exhausting one.
But she's exhausting to me. I think viewing wise, she's exhausting to me in a fun way. Anytime she comes around, I'm like, yes, it's about to be some foolishness. And
do you think there's a real video out there?
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, you can see it on her face too.
No. Because what you're not about to tell me is this grown ass woman is out here making videos.
What? I mean, that's who's making the videos. I mean, got a couple out there too.
But you're not 60, Miss Vanessa's age. Now, are we gonna really be 60-something years old making videos?
I mean, I may. So I may, who knows? Let her get her groove back. And there's apparently a few of them. And, Marcel said he heard about the videos. Obviously, you wouldn't want to see your brother and Melody's mom in a video. Definitely would not want to see that. I think I passed on that. But
but the fact that she was driving 5 to 6 hours to see Mark, you're not going to tell me you was pulling up to Mark's house for y'all to go down to the Cracker Barrel for breakfast.
Right. Okay? These 2 for $20. No, it's not happening.
Hello. Something was getting eaten, and it was at the Red Lobster. Mark may have taken her to Red Lobster, or she may have taken Mark to the Red Lobster.
It would have been a meal well deserved,
What Beyonce say?
When it be good, is to Red Lobster.
Red Lobster. Yes. Let me find out. Miss Vanessa is driving 5 to 6 hours to go to Red Lobster, honey.
On Valentine's Day, I used to always check in at Red Lobster.
I hate you.
I was like, yes, job well done. Time to eat.
Oh my God, I cannot. Now, last but not least, because we have to get on to Salt Lake City.
Yes.
Did you see Martell's Christmas photo with the children?
Oh my God! Did you see the text I sent you with the side by side?
No, I'm working.
Okay, but okay.
I'm doing the show with you. When you had time to text me?
I know, right? So you can't really see it because this is not the greatest, but it's the same. It's
no idea.
Yes, that's what I was like. I went on their Instagrams and found it and did a side by side.
I love you, Jeremy Chen, for doing the admin work.
Yes, and you can't see here, but they're smiling here and they're frowning here. So
because you know why, honey? Bless, and it's not that baby's fault, but there's 5 children in that photo with Martell instead of the 4.
It is.
And according to Melody, he, at the time that they filmed this reunion, has still not told the children they had a brother.
Yeah, I mean, and the story that Melody tells about them going to the restaurant and Mariah yells out the window, "Get away from my dad." I'm a little confused by that. I need a little bit more clarification because were they just happening to go to the restaurant, or did she know he was there and took the kids there? How did the girl? If she rolling down a window, you can hear that because it's automatic. So you hit a. What are you doing there? Also, she says medium Martell can't find. He can't. He cannot
at all. At all.
I know it's an incredible, difficult thing, but that's why when Melody was like, I think we should tell them together. I agree, because when I found out I had another younger brother, and I was
Jeremy got some fine siblings too, y'all.
And so when I found out I had one, I was a little older, and my brother was 4 at that point. And it's very shocking. You're like, well, what does this mean? Even though my parents were divorced, it just felt really weird. And it's like we're having a close relationship now, but earlier on, I didn't want to go see him. I didn't want to go over there. It was because it felt like I was betraying my mom if I did.
Absolutely. And that's not the kid's fault. But the fact that literally your daughter sees you in the parking lot with your new family, in a sense, the baby mama and your son, and they're having a visceral reaction. Like, come on, dude, get it together. Take them, hire the counselor, say it in front of the counselor, do something, but don't continue to traumatize the children. And we see that little Martell is not happy. He looks so uncomfortable in that photo. The entire family.
And And this is one of the just the byproducts of Melody and Martell both not doing a good job of protecting the kids. The kids should not have even known about any of this going on outside of mommy and daddy are taking a break. They should know nothing else. Anytime we're around, good things about mommy, good things about daddy.
A break? Mommy and daddy are no longer together, honey.
I meant to say, yeah, not together, but we gotta talk about Miss Salt Lake City, and
All
so
right.
I can't wait for next season. I'm excited to see what's gonna go down in Huntsville.
Yes, Carlos King, a strong 9 for this reunion. So let's talk Salt Lake City. First of all,
go ahead.
I just want to jump into the craziness of it all.
Okay.
Jen is driving herself now because I guess she can't be within 100 yards of Stewart. So now she's driving herself. She's having this lunch with Lisa because Lisa, been real like ducking and dodging and had the nerve to make it about her, saying that while you're locked up, I was feeling hurt. My feelings were hurt. If that's not the classic Karen white privilege-ish, I don't know what is.
It is. And to think about it also too, Lisa is very good with setting up. She's another Lisa Vanderpump. It's the Lisa syndrome.
Is it the Lisa syndrome?
Listen, she sets up situations and been like, oh, I didn't do this. Like the whole dinner with Whitney and the girl that messed up Angie's situation. Yep. She orchestrated that. The fact that this man from Mary's church just happened to be at this event and then talk about that. Like, how did that just randomly come up that I leave a church to a stranger, something that's probably very personal to you? How does that just randomly come up?
Cameron is like the unofficial like housewife now, like a friend of the show, like the real friend of the show. We haven't seen her in a while, but everybody's calling up Cameron. Whitney's calling up Cameron because she needs to get her side hair. Like everybody's calling up Cameron.
I don't blame her. I'm like, what's really going on out here in these streets? And so, they get to the dinner party that Miss Jenny's hosting, a pho party, and
in a nice garden that was also all about peace.
The International Garden of Peace.
There was no peace to be found.
It started off with peace, but you know what? The devil always finds a way to try to sneak up in there. And Miss Whitney Rose was just like, you know what? I love how we're all being so fake. Like we don't have issues and we need to talk about them. And so I'm like,
that's your imitation of Whitney?
That's my Whitney, because she's always just one talking, and I don't know. She sounds like a valley girl, but can't really form her sentences all the way.
I'm so confused on why you sound like you're German all of a sudden.
That's you don't watch Beverly Hills, because I would have said that's my Dorit accent.
I do watch Beverly Hills. Don't come for me.
Oh, we've been talking about Beverly.
What's in your cup?
Okay.
What's in your cup? Now, I had issues with Mary. Now, is Mary complicated or is Mary crazy? Beauty besties, which one is it?
Delusional. I think she just really, this is a byproduct of someone that's not been able to be exposed to a lot of people and get good people skills, know what is okay and what's not. And I honestly think for the first time in her life, this is the first time Mary has just had the freedom to just be around other people, because she's been elevated as this higher than high person in his church. And so obviously she's not, commingling with the people in her church. And who is she hanging out with? Who is she talking to? She's talking to herself. Exactly, because she didn't have any friends at all, and she's been so kept up on this pedestal that nobody can reach her, so she don't have nobody to talk to. And so
we realize that Mary doesn't have any friends because of her Party City wigs that she wears.
But I feel like Mary slowly but surely is getting it together, because I looked at her in this thing, I'm like, you know what? She looks pretty nice to me.
You could see the wig cap under the wig, Jeremy McShann, at the faux luncheon.
Maybe I didn't look close enough. Listen, this is your area of expertise. I'm just telling you what the common eye saw, okay?
I do makeup. I don't do hair, but Ray Charles, Stevie Wonder, and Helen Keller could see that her wig was trash.
You know what? Well, when she said that she loves Jenny's slanted eyes, that was enough for me.
Dude, I was like, one racial epithet at one time per season, ma'am. She just got done apologizing for calling Mexican people that did drugs and cartels thugs. And now she's saying she loves slanted eyes. And we see on a preview of next week's episodes, she's doubling down on how she likes slanted eyes. Like, how is she?
Didn't already
Is she
talk
so
about
educated?
they don't go to the 7-Eleven because of the people that's outside. She don't go. She didn't already showed you who she was against her own people. Because we know who be outside the 7-Eleven. It's our own people. So you think she care about other people?
I mean, don't get me wrong. There's certain parts. I'm in Atlanta right now. There's certain parts of Atlanta. This black man right here is not going to go down. But I'm not going to I'm not going to say that. Oh, I'm not going to do it because of X, Y, and Z. And I felt some kind of way because my eyes. I'm part Asian, and so I would always hear, "Is that a laugh? Are we laughing at my genealogy?"
Come on. Okay, tell me about your eyes. Come on.
I don't feel safe.
Oh, you don't feel safe. Well, I love your eyes because, like Mary, I love those shaped eyes.
Continue on, Jeremy McShann.
You have great eyes. They're beautiful.
Thank you. But as somebody who has Asian ancestry and descent, I also felt partially offended by Mary's and her slanted eye comment. Because I used to hear that comment growing up as a kid as well.
I'm going to need to see your ancestry.com before I give you a pass, okay?
First of all,
the results.
Side note, okay, moving on. Let's talk Jen Ramadan and the fact that she was trying to give us this holy religious moment because obviously she's trying to look like she's innocent.
But listen, this is classic, just real life. You when times get hard, you be like, Lord help me. Any other time you want to be worried about the Lord.
You're like numb your whole. Oh, in this case, they were like Allah. Yes,
Allah help me. But this was a whole just beauty moment because she had the designer hijab on and all of this thing. Like this was for her to I didn't even feel like she was praying. It was just like, look at me, look how beautiful I am as I
was supposed to pray in rags because out of respect. Would you say?
It was too much. Now, if the pastor come to the church, right, and he walk out getting ready to preach to you in a Gucci robe.
Well, first of all, sir, why are you wearing a Gucci robe up on this pulpit? First of all,
I'm just saying. Give me the same.
Are you attending Jamal Bryant's church?
Listen, okay. Listen, I can't go there since Eddie Long and my settlement. I just can't go back to the.
That man is dead.
That's part of my settlement. Can't go back down.
Actually, now that he's no longer living, that doesn't even exist anymore. You can talk all about it. Tell us on the next episode what that settlement consisted of.
Okay, tune in.
Okay. No.
Hello. I'm taking off. Anyway.
But they were praying at home, so her wearing that scarf in the house is fine.
Okay, that's fine. Now the real funny part back at the dinner when Mary is just like, so you didn't know, really, you didn't know anything. So they just went through their files and randomly just picked Jen Shaw.
Corrected you. It was like bingo, we got one today.
So you really, and I mean, but that's real AF. Mary beats everything Mary says. It may not be in the best way, but I'll be like,
but Mary was also lying.
Oh yeah, she was definitely talking bad about her. But that's a real question that all of them thinking like, girl, you have to know something.
Agreed.
Agreed. I did read that one of her other co-defendants just pleaded guilty. So now that could possibly up her sentence if she gets sentenced to 15 to 17 years.
So her saying that she was, she may not have another Ramadan next year is a real thing. Because, Coach Shaw, they had that conversation where Coach Shaw talked about downsizing their home.
They want to do that, which is crazy. Tells you where her mind is.
Why don't they own their own home, though, is my question. Like, ma'am, you lived in this luxury type of thing. You scamming people allegedly out of all this money. Your husband has a good job, but y'all aren't living in a home that you own. And Coach Shaw is having to tell you we need to reduce our expenses. We can't continue to pay this rent.
Listen, well, he wants to reduce it so we have money to pay your $2 million lawyer. And she's paying $50,000 a month for her family expenses.
Well, we saw that with like MC Hammer did that when he employed all of his homeboys. That's why he went broke.
If you just stole my grandma money, I want you to have a house that you pay for in cash, and at least,
Not
I
stolen
mean,
money.
I mean, listen, my grandma ain't suffering for nothing, girl. What? Y'all, my grandma can't be out of house and you out of a house. Something, the money had to go somewhere.
Right. Well, we see where the money goes. It goes to the cars, the clothes, and the glam squad and the life that she's curated for us to look at. But again, ma'am, your black brows and your crocodile tears, you're telling me that her brows are horrible. That's my lane. Okay. Trash of the brow. And her foundation is green. You're telling me that you don't want to, one, downsize because you support your family, and two, I just need to know why you don't live in a house. I also think it's quite jacked up too, Jeremy, that they all sat there in front of her saying who basically said the worst things about her in her face.
For sure. Like it is, that's messed up. The lady is, regardless of anything, the lady going through a hard time, but you know, it is what it is. I mean, it's hard to find sympathy for the things that she's done and the allegedly has done, and the fact that she is saying that she don't know nothing about what's going on, right? It could be different if she's like, you know what, I do have this business, but this is a reputable business, and they're saying that this is part of this, but I know for a fact that's not. She is trying to say like it's just completely clueless. She don't know why. She don't know these people. She never heard of this person.
Right.
That. And I'm like, girl, what? You this, like somebody said, Mary or somebody, this is the FBI.
FBI, Homeland Security. Let me tell you something. Homeland Security don't just show up on folks, okay? Homeland Security is trying to protect us and keep us safe in Homeland, okay?
They come and get you. They didn't already did their research. We could just watch a quick episode of, you know, Law and Order, NCIS, all of that to know they are building a case before they even come get you, because when they come get you, they need to have evidence enough to keep you.
But she said they did not arrest her. Obviously, she didn't spend a night in jail. She said they asked her questions, and that was about it. So what was it? What do you think it is? And is this
Did she didn't get bailed out? They let her go?
But I don't even think she was booked into the system, is what I'm saying.
Oh, who knows? Who knows?
Jeremy?
Oh, she had a $1 million bail. Judges imposed $1 million bail for Jen Shaw.
I should have known you was over there doing your research. Thank you,
and detective. Okay, we got to have the facts.
$1 million for bail?
Yep. So, I mean, usually that means you got to pay $100,000. So you usually pay 10% of whatever that is.
So she should have that in one of her little bank accounts that she stole from folks.
Facts.
Allegedly.
Woo,
child. That was a lot that we talked about today, y'all.
Y'all have a very Merry Christmas. I can't believe that is Saturday. Can you believe that?
I have not started Christmas shopping.
Oh.
So yeah, I can't believe it's Saturday because I have not started. I got to get my life together. I got a Christmas shop, and I got to buy. It's summer in Africa. I got to buy clothes for Africa.
I love it. You got get on it.
I know, and I don't think I'm gonna be able to find my safari outfit all in one place. So in the meantime, Jeremy, I hope you have a great Christmas. You know, I enjoy and appreciate you so much. What you say?
I said, but you're in Miami, so they got the warmer clothes than anywhere else. So you should be
slightly. True. However, I still got to put some pieces together, honey, because I got to be in Africa, given what Africa gives.
Yes, got to give looks.
Guys, next Monday, tune in for our last show live for the year. We're going to talk about Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, and I'm going to try to talk about Portia Family Matters if Jeremy will have it. So you will have to tune in to find out. Sip harder, child. You have to tune in to find out what we talk about. But definitely, Real Housewives of Salt Lake City is happening next week. Join us. And on that note, guys, we got to go. You know what to do. Subscribe to the channel if you like this video if you like, and leave us a comment. Most importantly, check the notifications and make sure they are what? Turned on. Who loves you? I do. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays. See you later, guys. Bye.